ball position basics, Lexi. That's what we're here for today. So if you're ever in any question as to where that golf ball needs to go in your stance, this is the video for you. We're gonna simplify this, make it super easy. You ready?
I'm ready.
Cool, let's do it. So we have a variety of golf clubs here. I've got a driver, you've got a wedge, you got a couple of mid irons. One of the biggest questions we get all the time from people is, where do I put the golf ball in my stance for different shots? Is that something you've ever wondered?
All the time.
Perfect. This is why you're here.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about exactly how this needs to work. So first and foremost, when you set up to a golf ball correctly, the low point or the bottom of your arc is essentially in line with like where your lead shoulder joint would be. So that's one way to sort of think about where the bottom of the swing is. Obviously, with different clubs, we're going to try to hit different types of angles of attack, like the way that the club moves into the ball. For a driver, we wouldn't want to be swinging down and try to take a divot, especially if it's on a tee. That would make it really hard to hit the ball far, right? The exact opposite would be true with like a wedge. We wouldn't want to be swinging too many degrees up on it like we would with a driver. We would top the ball and have poor contact. So making sure the ball is in the right spot in your stance is super important. So there's a really easy way to do this. So I'm going to take every club from you except for your 7-iron. Okay. So what I want you to do is just go ahead and take your address position for me. And the way that I want you guys to think about this is you're basically going to use the lead shoulder and your lead foot as a guide here. So when you're hitting a club that is anything less than driver, so wedges, irons, fairway woods, anything like that, you're basically going to take a club head and go from the inside of your lead foot back towards the middle of your stance. So that distance right there, that one club head length, is essentially where you want to play the ball, okay? So I'm gonna use this club here just to show you what that would look like. I'll put that down between Lexi's stance here. So that's about one club length from your lead foot. So the ball is gonna be lined up with the grip there for every single one of these clubs. Now, the biggest difference is gonna be how wide your stance is. Okay. So go ahead and take your adjust position like you would for a 7-iron with the ball basically lined up with the grip. So Lexi's gonna have her stance basically about hip width apart here, okay? So essentially what that does is as you narrow that stance a little bit, it actually moves the ball a little bit further back, okay? So that's where you'd wanna be for a 7-iron. When you hit a wedge, you'd actually have your feet a little bit closer together. So you can see how now that would move that. You still wanna have a club length between this and your lead foot. There you go. So when you narrow your stance with a wedge, now that moves the ball further back in your stance, which helps you swing more down, which is exactly what you want. Okay. When you were to, if you were to hit like a fairway would, you'd have your stance slightly wider than hips, so maybe shoulder width apart. Same thing, you have that club head distance there. So with a fairway wood, that's going to shallow out the angle of attack and it's actually going to move the ball position forward. Can I see how that's working there?
Yeah.
Perfect. So then for a driver, what you want to do, I'll trade you clubs here.
Okay.
Instead of having it a club head behind your lead foot, what you would want is you would want that ball position to basically be in line with the instep of your lead foot. So you can see how it moved about a club head forward. So now same thing, just imagine this is up on a tee. Go ahead and address that. Now that ball has moved forward in her stance. That's gonna help increase that angle of attack and make it easier for you to swing slightly up on the golf ball.
Cool.
So really the easy way to simplify the ball position, guys, is find the instep of your lead foot, basically the inside. Give yourself a club head distance there. You're gonna play the ball in that spot for every single club outside of a driver. Just vary your stance width. That's gonna help you move the ball further forward or further back, depending on what club you're using. And then for a driver, just on the inside of the lead foot. Super simple, super easy. You don't have to adjust for every club, try to figure out exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah.
Makes it very, very easy to do.
Such an awesome cheat code that I did not know, so I will definitely be using that.
There you go. See, now you're all set. So super, super simple. Ball position basics. Follow this and you'll be in a great spot.